Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to talk about Mackay here today, and Yangan will help me.
Yes, 我很高兴今天很快乐，很高兴的来跟大家分享马街。
Sorry for my linguistic limitations.
请你原谅我语言上的限制啊。
There is some information printed in this book that we are all kindly gifted with today. So I want to talk about something else.
手册里面有我写的一篇英文文章啊，那有兴趣的人可以看啊。我想要提一些其他的。
Together with my colleague Mr. Chen here, we we are in the process of producing all the Mackay or all the missionaries' letters from 1868 until 1923.
我等一下会分享的这个陈冠洲老师，我们这个团队一起在出版这个从1868年到1923年之间的这些书信包括马街的，还有后来的书信。
So the first set the first series of 5 volumes just includes the life of Mackay from 1868 until 1901.
那已经出版的5册，第一系列的5册主要是马街的生平从他1870年开始，一直到他死1901年
So I'd like to refer first to my first contact, not my first contact, but my first adult knowing about Mackay.
我要先谈一下我长大以后对成人之后的对马街的一个了解接触
Of course, in Canada, as children, we all learn about Mackay in church.
我在加拿大长大，做一个小孩子的时候，我们都听过马街在教会里面都有教到他。
But before I came to Taiwan the first time in 1965, I heard that Mackay was a bossy, controlling, hard to get along with kind of person.
那我1965年第一次来台湾的时候，听到的马街的形象，就是说他是一个很掌控的啦，他是一个很 bossy， 就是那个好像老板这样子然后这个又很难相处的人
So I have this childhood picture of a great hero and a bossy, controlling man on the other hand.
所以我年轻的时候，小时候的印象的马街是一位英雄，宣教英雄那来到台湾，却听到是一个这个脾气不好不好相处很那个控制型的人两个不一样的形象。
Just a little preface. Just yesterday, I was reading the little book called The Zorro Boys.
举另外一个参考文献，我昨天刚好在读一本小书，就是左拉的孩子们左拉的年轻人。
There is a chapter in that little book about Mackay, but also there are several chapters about different pastors from the Zora area.
那本书里面有一章在讲马街，那其他别的章则是在讲同样从左拉马街的故乡左拉出生的一些宣教师牧者
And I noticed one common theme between each one of them. Each one of these early Scottish preachers.
我找到他们一个共同的特征。
And that was that generally speaking, they had a quiet personality, but when they were preaching and they were getting very interested in their topic, they spoke with great fervor so that people would then be enthusiastic to follow him.
他们的共同特色就是说，他们平常个性都是很安静的很朴实安静的个性。但是当他们在讲道的时候，他们在 要来教导他们有兴趣的一个主题的时候，他们就会变得非常的热情啊，非常的激动啊。那目的是希望听的人跟他们一样，可以对这些事情产生同样的热情啊。
So I've decided that perhaps Mackay's trouble with the church leadership in Toronto is that they didn't like that style.
那我后来的感觉就是说，为什么马偕跟在多伦多的那些差会的、多伦多的那些宣教的那些领导者之间为什么会处不好？可能就是他们不太喜欢他的这个风格啊，这样的一种风格。
Because they followed what's called the Scottish moderate style.
因为那些多伦多的领导者，他们这个有点复杂，但是他们走的路线比较是那个苏格兰温和派的路线，温和党的路线。
Whereas Mackay was a true Highlander.
那马偕呢？昨天我们有提到，马偕是一个真的高地人苏格兰高地人
So okay, back to the idea that he is difficult to live with.
那再来谈一下，他是不是很难相处的人呢？
Okay, he was the first person here, and his contact was with the Taiwanese people. And so I think, are the Taiwanese people so naive and so innocent and so unknowing that they would be gullible enough to just follow a foreigner?
那马偕是最早来台湾的他一开始接触的也都是台湾人。那台湾人真的那么天真，那么单纯，那么无邪就那么轻信？马偕说什么就跟着他做吗？
This is one idea that I saw in print a few years ago.
这是我在这些怎么讲？这些印刷品、出版品里面看到的一个观念
My experience in Taiwan is exactly the opposite. I think I'm the innocent one.
我在台湾的经验刚好跟马偕相反，因为我觉得我来台湾，我才是那个比较单纯的人。
So let me refer to Dr. J.B. Fraser first.
那我们先来提一下这个Fraser 另外一位宣教师华德罗我们把它翻作华德罗Fraser 来。
No, that's Thurlow Fraser.
Oh yeah.
J.B. Fraser.
宋雅各。
宋雅各。
He was the second missionary and was the first medical person to work with Mackay.
宋雅各医师也是牧师他是第一个有受医学训练的，在马偕之后来的宣教师。
Before he came, so I need to tell you about him, so you can understand that the problem is not Mackay.
我需要跟大家谈一下这一位另外一位宣教师，你才会了解说问题出在哪里。
The problem is not Dr. Fraser either, but you need to know that Dr. Fraser did a complicated study of theology together with his medicine, so that when he graduated, he was already married with 3 children.
华雅各医生了刚刚讲宋雅各不对，是华雅各Fraser 那问题，他跟马偕比起来，问题也不是华雅各本身，主要是他来到台湾的一个困境他来到台湾的时候，他已经医学院毕业，已经结婚，已经有3个孩子
So when they left Canada, they sailed first to the China mainland and went to Amoy, Xiamen.
他们来台湾之前，他们先坐船，先坐到中国大陆，然后到厦门
And there they entered into the Amoy missionary community. They already had nice houses, and they had servants, and they had a life for families.
他们到厦门的时候，在厦门那个地方 已经有机会去访问厦门宣教区，然后在那个地方住在那边住得很好，过一个很好的生活方式哈。
And then they left there and came to Taiwan.
然后他们从那里离开，然后来台湾。
And Mackay met them, and he gave them his own place to stay in for a short time. And in fact, he had just moved out of the horse stable to another temporary place. And it was just a simple Taiwanese house.
Sorry, I've missed the later part.
Oh, the Mackay was living.
First, let them live in this house.
They left Xiamen and came to Taiwan. And what did they find in Taiwan but Mackay in a small Taiwanese house?
他们后来到台湾来的时候，马街就把他们的房子先借给他住然后他们竟然发现台湾的房子是那么小的一个房子
And thereafter, they went about creating what we have today, the 2 houses that are on Alethea campus.
那到后来我们知道，他们才慢慢的建了那个2层楼的那种洋房那是今天我们在真理大学看到的罗苏牢啦、告蜀观那样的2层楼的房子
In Danshui at that time, there was only one other foreign woman. I don't remember who she was now.
当时候的淡水只有另外一个外国的妇女另外一位。
And so they have the 3 babies. They were like under 5 years of age, little children.
他们来一家5口嘛还有3个孩子，一个很小的5岁的孩子
And Mrs. Fraser was never happy.
所以华雅各医师从来都不快乐来台湾一直都不快乐
She wrote to her new friends in Xiamen and said, if Mackay didn't prepare a house for us, he didn't give us this, he's not helping us, and so on.
他写信给厦门的朋友，一直说，马街没有好好的对待我们，没有给我们准备一间好的房子，等等等等。
But where was Mackay in that time? He was off in the different areas, preaching and creating little Christian communities over North Taiwan.
那这时候马街在哪里呢？马街根本就没有机会好好住在淡水，他在北台湾各地方在旅行，在建教堂，在做宣教的工作
So can we say that the problem was Mackay? I think it's the board in Toronto sent a young family to a place that they already knew there was no facilities for.
所以问题是马街吗？还是说事实上像这样带着养有小孩子的这个宣教师家庭，被送到像台湾这样一个设备没有那么样子完善的地方，可能那才是问题的核心Excuse me.
Yes.
不晓得谁的车子9320 KK 一直在响有没有在座？有没有9320 KK？ 好，没有。OK， continue. We have to deal with this problem.
All right. So Mackay is preaching with his students in the countryside, and the Frasers are trying to find a new life in Danshui, and he was working in the hospital every day.
所以我们看到，马街跟着学生四处在工作宣教的时候，那这个华雅各呢，他却住在淡水他在医院里面工作这样子然后他想要过一个在台湾想要开始一个新的生活。
The Mrs. Fraser continued to be unhappy and would write to her friends in Xiamen continually.
那这个华雅各医师一直都不快乐，然后一直都写信给厦门的朋友
And time passed and she became pregnant again.
啊，然后时间过了不久，他太太又怀孕了哈。
And the time approached for her to have her baby.
啊，刚要生孩子的时候。
And in the meantime, she had malaria. The children all got malaria.
他太太呢得了疟疾，孩子们也得了疟疾。
So it was not easy if you think about being a woman with a small family and a foreign country. I have a lot of compassion for the person that she was.
可以想象这个华太太很不容易啊，她在那个环境之下，她要做一个女性啊，还有孩子的妈妈啊，从我自己的观点，我会很同情她啊。
After she gave birth to the baby, their first son, the other 3 were girls, and then a little boy. After a month, she passed away.
那个她生产之后啊，那她有4个孩子，3个女的，1个男的。那个男孩子啊，在1个月后死掉了啊。
And Dr. Fraser.
Mrs. Fraser died 啊，对对，他太太死了。
Yes, and what shall they do then? And Dr. Fraser was devastated, broken-hearted, and what shall he do? And Mackay encouraged him to return to Canada, and he did this almost immediately, taking a Taiwanese woman as a wet nurse for the baby.
这个华雅各医师，我们大家可以想象他整个崩溃了啊，整个人崩溃了啊，不知道怎么办啊，心都碎了啊。那面对那个挑战，不知道怎么办。那这个时候马偕鼓励他啊返回加拿大啊，所以华雅各医生也马上就接受这个建议啊，还请了一个台湾妇女做奶妈啊，陪着他们回去这样子啊。
As an aside, I wonder what happened to that lady. Where did that Taiwanese lady go? When did she come back? I don't know.
读到这个故事，我们在想说，那位奶妈，台湾奶妈哪里去了？这样啊，有没有回来台湾呢？啊，不知道啊。
They returned to Canada, or he returned with the children. Retired to a small village in Canada, and became a pastor in a small church. He never practiced medicine again.
那华雅各医师回到加拿大以后，去住在一个非常小的部落啊，一个村落，也在一个非常小的教会当牧师就在那边服务。他从来没有在当医生都没有在行医过
So the reason I know all this is because he's buried in the same cemetery with many of my relatives.
我知道这些是因为他后来埋葬的那个墓园是跟我很多亲戚埋在同一个墓园。
And many of the people in that little church were family members.
我的一些家人也在那个同一间教会聚会
So we can now think about Mackay in a different way. His call was to his ministry, and it was a burden for him to have to change his mind to think about the families of other people. It was a challenge for him.
所以这个马偕，我们从这个角度去看的时候，我们会从另外会有个重新一个角度来了解马偕这个人他被呼召到台湾来，成为台湾的第一个宣教师那别的同工还有他们的家庭也都成为他的负担他必须要去思考这些事情，他要去关顾这些人
So after 2.5 years, Mackay is alone again in Taiwan.
所以看这样2年半之后，马偕又回复，又成为只有一个人一个单独一个外国宣教师的状况
So I guess we can say he was the boss.
那我们从这点来讲，他是老板没有错他是一个老板
Then the next missionary came, who didn't learn the language very well, Mr. Junior.
接下来下一位宣教师来这个Junior 那个这什么呀？民权益Junior 那他来呢比较大的问题就是台湾话学不好台语讲袂好一直都学袂好势。
And also his wife was not very healthy.
他太太也是很不健康就是身体一直有状况。
But she was very dedicated to the task of being in Taiwan and being part of the mission, and so she was helpful, but not healthy.
但是这位太太也是很认真委身在台湾的工作里面她是很有帮助的，但就是不健康
But Mr. Junior, from my own study of psychology, I read the papers about Junior, and I would say he has a hysterical personality. He gets very excited over things not so important.
这个那这位民权益这位宣教师我所了解他的心理学的一个观点去分析他的个性是这个 hysteric 这个神经质很神经质对一些不是重要的事情，他却会很关心，然后会执着这样子
And their stay in Taiwan was limited also because of his decreasing mental health and his wife's physical health.
那他们后来在台湾的时间也很短那主要原因是这个先生呢，他的这个心理状态越来越不好，那他的太太呢，则是身体状况不好。
So I'd like to just finish by saying that eventually Mackay, with the two Taiwanese pastors and the other foreigners who came, created a kind of committee to manage all the church work.
那我们最后可以说，马街后来是靠着2个本地的他自己设立的2个本地的牧师还有一些外国人的帮助之下，他们成立了一个委员会，小的委员会来处理所有的事务
So although Mackay, we can guess that he was really the boss of most things, he was gradually giving out some of the authority into this committee.
我们可以从这个角度来讲，马街确实是老板没有错在这个宣教的这个团队里面，他好像是老板一样，但他也慢慢的把权力释放给这些委员会里面其他的成员。
So I like the picture of these 4 people working together, 2 Taiwanese, 2 foreigners working together to manage the 60 little churches and the hospital and the schools, and this was their work together. I like the image of that working together.
那我自己在读这些书信的时候，会很喜欢这样的一个形象有两个外国宣教师跟2个本地的牧师他们团队合作一起在做事情。
After Mackay was gone, this scene changed completely.
那马街过世之后呢，整个这个图像又完全改变了。
The missionaries then took over the primary authority. So you can read, that's printed in your book, so that you can take your time and look at that and think about it.
那马街死了之后，后来接下来的整个宣教师团队，又新的宣教师团队来以后，他们是又再次整个掌控这个主导权那这一部分我在手册里面写的文章有描写比较清楚后面的这个发展有兴趣的人也可以从那边再去读
Now, so you can tell now that if I get started talking about the materials in our mission reports, I can talk all day, so I better stop that.
你们可以看得出来，如果让我有机会讲这个宣教师的这些书信、这些资料的话，哈，我可以讲一整天讲不完了哈，所以我最好在这里停下来啊，谢谢啊，谢谢。OK， 我们稍微动一下哈，我们要换一下，我们要请后面还有3位来前面啊，就是陈冠洲老师啊、周胜新老师还有苏文奎老师啊。